You know what I like the least about government? About being an adult in this country? It's definitely paying the taxes. And am I right? Am I right? It's paying the taxes. It's great having roads. It's great having hospitals and schools and the world's largest military and the world's greatest fighting force. But, like, why are you taxing me to within an inch of my life every time I get a paycheck? And then when I do get said paycheck and I spend that money again, I get taxed again and again and again on every number of things. Talk about gas. Every time I go to gas, I'm paying over 50 cents in taxes because the gas company is pushing that tax onto me directly rather than them paying it. How is that fair? How is that okay? And I'm a homeowner, so I'm paying more taxes, property tax, the right to exist tax, the taxes on taxes that are taxed for the property. Like, there are entirely too many taxes to live in this country when it's all coming out of my paycheck, and we're not supposed to be double or triple or quadruple taxed in the first place. So why is it that the tax system as it exists just continues to take and take and take with very little to show for it? And I think I'm not alone in saying that. I think many of us are frustrated with not the idea of paying taxes, of the fact that we can collectively pool our resources and have nice things like a country, roads, electricity, the internet, and all that fun stuff. But it's the fact that we are getting taxed into oblivion while the wealthy and powerful are given tax credits, tax breaks, and free tax dollars to buy back their stocks, to enrich themselves, to empower and essentially let them get away with the same crap that they've been doing for centuries. That's not okay. So as president, I recommend the following. You don't have any more income taxes if you make $100,000 or less in this country. Zero. Not federal, not state, not local. You are not allowed to be taxed if your income is $100,000 or less. The tax brackets will start at $100,000 and end at $999,999,999.99. Bunches of nines, right? 100%. Not a single penny over that shall be allowed, which means no billionaires. Now, that's egregious, right? That is excessive. That is an extremely strong stance to take for fiscal responsibility, wouldn't you agree? Well, I would argue that the Eisenhower administration did almost the exact same thing, 94% at the top percentile. And he didn't do it because, screw the rich and the powerful, mwah. No, what it was to discourage the hoarding of wealth, to encourage the investment and redistribution, dare I say it, the trickle-down economics of those profits into communities, into the workforce, into expansion of the business itself. And that is exactly the intent behind taxing billionaires out of existence, right? We can ensure, or at least encourage, that those monies are spent elsewhere, that those profits are being reinvested in the company and in the employees. And taking it a step further, 50% of all profits should and shall be trickled down and reinvested into the workforce equally, right? Because if it wasn't for labor, if it wasn't for the workforce, there wouldn't be no company with no profits in the first place. So what this does is it addresses the tax problem, and it also addresses our economic inequality. So it's economic reform as well. And in so doing, we can ensure that citizens get paid a fair and equitable wage, that the money that they get is exactly what they get and exactly what they earn, so that they can afford things like, food, shelter, clothing, and this crazy thing called transportation. And from there, our economy can grow because the trickle-down effect will be enforced for the first time in our history. And then, some few of us might make over $100,000, but at that point, I think it's safe to say we'd be happy with paying our taxes.